Hey everyone, I am here with your weekly reading for the week of August 23rd. Welcome back to FifthRoadSpirit. This is your astrological, tapping in astrologically with tarot. And also looking at the week ahead, the month ahead, because we've just moved into Virgo season. I've got my purpose candle lit up because Virgo is associated with the solar plexus chakra. Is that solar plexus? Sorry. I think I was doing some studying before, and I was doing studying between the solar plexus and the sacral. It's the solar plexus. But, okay, let's continue. So, have some notes for today, and I'm going to try and keep it as quick as possible. See, I have a lot of notes. Really, as far as, and again, just an introduction for those who are new to watching this channel, I am now learning to associate tarot with astrology, and while I mainly focus on the moon, I'm also doing like trying to get into like once the sun moves into a new sign, giving an overview of that sign for, one time. So this is the overview for Virgo. The sun has entered Virgo. Sun in Virgo is about perfection via details, finding usefulness in how we show up in our work and in our health. Virgo is an earth sign, so outdoor settings can be a relief for the perfectionist tendencies of Virgo. And that perfectionism can also become criticism and judgment if it gets a little bit out of control. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and in tarot, Mercury corresponds to the magician, but Virgo, the sign itself, corresponds to the hermit in tarot. And that hermit can be portrayed as the crone or the wise woman, for example, Hecate, who is most often credited in or mentioned in Greek mythology as helping Demeter find out where Persephone went when Persephone was taken into the underworld by Hades. So Virgo is also known as the Virgin, and that is a perfect transition as we are in the waxing crescent moon phase, or the virgin phase of the moon right now. And so that gets us, yes, we're talking about the sun, but we're talking about Virgo the Virgin, and I think what we tend to think of as the Virgin is not quite what we've grown up to believe it as, because again, if you think about how some of our thinking has been colored by the patriarchy and the removal of the feminine from a lot of powerful positions in any stage that the feminine can be in. So there's the wise woman and the crone, there's the wise woman / the crone, there's the maiden or the virgin, and there's the mother. And each of those stages are very powerful, have their own power as far as that feminine power that is imbued inside of all of them. So now that we are in the virgin or the maiden phase, we've come out of the wise woman crone. What new growth are you seeing from the seed that you planted at the new moon? And it's very interesting too. Yes, we're in Virgo season. The seed is one of the, if we think about the actual constellation. The picture of it shows a virgin holding a seed in one hand. So it's very important to understand that this is a very fertile time as far as planting new ideas and seeing the growth, beginning to see the growth from those ideas that we kind of marinated with in the wise woman phase and the dark moon phase. So if we think about the moon being associated in phases with those feminine archetypes. So yeah, all right, let's move into I've only got 3 astrological movements that I'm looking at today. The rest are kind of still the same, and you can look at other videos for some of the longer lasting planets. But the sun is going to be in Virgo for about 30 days. The moon is currently, like right now as I'm filming this, in Scorpio, and the moon of course changes every couple of days, the sign that it is in. And Mercury is going to be in Virgo for, I believe it's about 2 to 3 weeks. So so I did the tarot readings for as far as like looking at the cards, the major arcana, and how all of them were kind of associated. So looking at the sun in Virgo with tarot, it means there is some guidance coming to the forefront that is also bringing personal power and this idea of emotional alchemy. So we're manifesting external light through deeper introspection. So then we look at the moon in Scorpio, which is what's happening right now today. And I wish I could do this daily, but it takes a lot of time, and hopefully I'll be able to do that kind of work down the road. But the moon in Scorpio echoes that alchemy of the sun, of Virgo's sun, the sun being in Virgo. It's reveling in that dark feminine mystery and the secret teachings and the intuition, and it is calling us to new life. Are we heeding that inner call, right? Then we have Mercury in Virgo, and again, it's that taking of our personal power and using it for deep change. I took like a little bit of a different route here. I was actually gonna read some stuff, but in looking at there's something coming up with me about the body and how this all kind of how astrologically things are manifested in the body. And so I'm looking at Virgo, and Virgo is of course associated with the solar plexus chakra. So I wanted to recommend a yoga pose to, if it is in your practice, and of course in your practice and in your want and ability, and you want to do this, of course. I don't want to force it, and please, Google these poses for the accurate movements, but very much suggest doing yoga that would awaken the solar plexus, and that has to do with I have a book called Psychic Yoga, Ignite Your Intuition with Chakra and Energy Work by Shannon Yrizarry. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But yeah, I recommend doing a Paripurna Navasana, which is boat pose, and that will strengthen that core muscle group, and it starts building up confidence. I mean, that the solar plexus and the nervous system and all that good stuff is all connected with Virgo and the solar plexus chakra. Okay, so let's go ahead and get in the reading. I probably will save some of this toward the end, but One of the things that I wanted to read out of Women Who Run with the Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola Estes, Ph.D. She talks about, not the body being like the earth, and of course we're talking about Virgo, the Virgin, but we have to take our bodies back for ourselves. Our body is a land unto itself. It is as vulnerable to overbuilding, being carved into parcels, cut off, overmined, and shorn of its power as any landscape. The wilder woman will not be easily swayed by redevelopment schemes. For her, the questions are not how to form, but how to feel. The breast, in all its shapes, has the function of feeling and feeding. Does it feed? Does it feel? It is a good breast. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and do your reading for the week. I think I want to do the Wild Unknown Tarot. I don't know about you all, but I love to hear a good story and a good fairy tale, and that is one of the main reasons that I approached tarot, is because I loved the idea of tarot being able to bring forth a story that maybe you can relate to it, maybe not, and that's perfectly fine. And again, this is all about free will. This reading does not have to resonate, so please do not force it if it doesn't fit. Okay, and also if you are an avid YouTuber or love watching YouTube videos, you probably know that there are a ton of tarot readers out there, and I encourage you to find the reader that vibes with you and your beliefs most. So again, I just want to invite you to own your space, right? Okay, so I call on my divine masters and teachers. I call on my ascended enlightened ancestors. I call on the spirits of air, fire, water, earth, and the universal spirit that connects them all. I call on all those spirits and guides to come into this reading with a message for the collective for the week of August 23rd, 2020. Thank you, spirits, and thank you all for being here today. Okay, spirit, got one out there, great. Spirit, do you have any other message for us? A message for the week of August 23rd. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, do you have a message? Thank you. For the week of August 23rd, 2020. Thank you, Spirit. Do you have a message for it? Wow. There's a lot of messages. Okay. All right. We got our cards out, and we have the bottom of the deck card there. Let's go ahead and see what Spirit has to say this week. All right. So, first out we have the Two of Cups. Let me see if I can adjust this light so you all can get a better view. Okay, maybe that's good. Hopefully that's better. Okay. So we have the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Justice card, the Daughter of Wands, also known as the Page of Wands, the Daughter of Pentacles, also known as the Page of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Swords. Okay. So I'm going to just take a quick look and feel and get kind of an overall, and then we'll get into the reading. So I see beginnings and endings here, but I also see secrets. So let's get into this. The Two of Cups. This is about, whenever I see the Two of Cups, I see soulmates coming together. I see a relationship forming. I see, what was meant to be is, right? And with this Three of Cups, I see celebration. I see working together. I see not working together. I see playing together. I see I just see celebration together, and not so much working together. I think for me, work and play, the same thing, right? But when we're talking about cups, we're talking about emotions. We're talking about how they flow. And so this Three of Cups is, this three coming together and this celebration. The Justice card then comes out, which is very interesting because justice indicates some sort of a legal issue. And with that sword hanging in the middle there, I always think of swords as truth and clarity. But there is clarity coming in on bringing two sides of the story into play. And a lot of times the Justice card is about a legal issue. So something that is happening, and this is why I see secrets, because something either is leading, there's either like a soulmate situation that's, there's finally a celebration of that, and it's almost like in this Three of Cups, someone is sitting down and having like a heart-to-heart with either a trusted friend or someone who is involved in this someone who was responsible for these two cups here coming together. But I do see there is some sort of a heart-to-heart, right? And in this Justice card, it's as if, we either make a decision to come together or we make a decision to move apart. And that's where I see the legal issue coming up. And a lot of times the Justice card stands for, something related to the courts, where, and this doesn't even have to be about a love relationship. It could be about maybe, a family matter has finally come to a head and something is now, being decided upon, right? Then we have the Daughter of Wands. That's also the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is about, adventure and looking for some, new stimulus, going to new lands, finding new growth, going to different places. And so I look at this and I see that figure 8 in this card, and it's, you're looking for some, sort of eternal, you're just looking for adventure, and you're looking for change, and you're looking for growth, and it's a very optimistic card, a very adventurous card, but it's also, the Page of Wands, the wands are about action, and so while it's also adventure and it's good news, right, the reason that I'm seeing it's about secrets is because of this Seven of Swords that's at the bottom of the deck. And it could be something that's been kept under wraps, or something that's been what's the word? Something that's been kept under wraps or just not, publicly known truths, right? Then we have the Daughter of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. This is about an offer being made as far as our resources. This is the idea that someone is coming in with, there is a new opportunity in a new land. Wow. There is definitely, so this is an interesting reading because even though I'm seeing secrets, I'm seeing growth and opportunity. This is like a new life is coming together. Interesting. Wow. Something new is coming forward, and it could be in relationship as far as, like a romantic relationship, but it could also be something to do with inside of the family, some sort of a legal thing coming up, or at least coming to a decision point. And at the end of it all, it offers this spiritual rest. The Four of Swords, even though, this four swords are pointing downward to this lamb, it's as if this new light, this new thought that's emanating from this young lamb is saying, stop. It's okay now. You're fine to rest now. You don't have to worry anymore now. And that's very interesting. Huh. Okay, well, Spirit said it, so I'm going to take it. At the bottom of the deck again, yes, we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords card to me has typically been about deception, someone keeping the truth from you, someone not being very clear. And it could be that there is some sort of a relationship or issue within a family or within a couple that is coming up for discussion and spiritual processing and coming to light. And this is in the Seven of Swords. The sword that the fox is hiding, right, is actually the sword that is now in light in front of the courts. And things are coming up for justice. And it was approached very, calmly, and there's good news coming from it. So, yeah, it looks like there's good news coming out of some sort of a relationship matter, be it family or romantic. And there's rest coming from it. There is rest. There is, there's no more worry. There's, the newness of this thing is being protected. Wow. I'm going to take a quick look at my helper cards for the Justice card, mostly because I'm just very curious about some deeper additional meaning that might help you guys and also help me. So let's look at the Justice card. So again, this is my Justice card, and it's the number 11, which is a master number as far as numerology is concerned. It's very, it's capable when you have the number 11. There is a high level of manifestation with that number. And it's also associated with the sign of Libra. So this justice that you are coming toward, or is coming toward you, if this resonates with you, is might be coming in Libra season, which is I believe Libra comes after Virgo season. So this should be very, whatever you see come up this week could see a resolve by Libra season. And also justice, just some of the meanings, of course, for justice as far as if you're processing it in a psychological way, this is about cause and effect or context. And the present is a culmination of past events and experiences. So this could be, the culmination of this heart-to-heart that was had, and the coming together really of either family, friends, or romantic interest to bring about this justice, this legal matter, or bring context to whatever is going on, and actually clarity. Again, that clarity is coming through. Justice brings clarity. Justice brings that final word. Okay. So let's get you some guidance, an oracle card for the week. Which card? Let's do Animal Spirit. No, you know what? I want to do an Archetype card. Let me do an Archetype card. I like those cards. We're at about 25 minutes, which is really good. Let's see what archetype we could use this week with this reading. And again, we've got, the Daughter of Wands is that, the Page of Wands is that's good news, that's adventure, that's travel even. And the Daughter of Pentacles, that's about money coming in. Maybe we're starting a new job, maybe we're starting a new venture. But either way, there is the idea here of resting, finally getting out of like this deception that is basically the overall event for this reading. This is about a loving manner of moving out of deception and into, and in moving out of that deception, you're getting justice and you're getting the rest that you seek. So, Spirit, do you have any archetypal guidance? Okay, we got 2 cards. I'm going to take them. Sweet. Thank you, Spirit. So let's see what the archetype cards have to say to us. Dope. I gotta find a permanent way to keep that up. Okay, so we have 2 cards out. We have Aletheia. And again, these are the Wild Unknown archetype cards. We also have the Tear. Can you see those? Let's see. Get some more light for that one. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and read these 2 cards. Aletheia. Where are you? Okay, Aletheia, truth. Oh my goodness, how crazy is that? Because with the Justice card, there's a definite truth about this that's coming forward. So let's look at Aletheia. Our soul recognizes the truth. When someone speaks it, a cool wave of relief washes over the room, and all the facts and figures in the world fall by the wayside. Such is the power of Aletheia. It has an undeniable resonance that goes beyond the rational. We can also recognize Aletheia by its contagiousness. When we hear someone speak the truth, we see the truth within ourselves and are more likely to tell our own story. The Aletheia card requires us to step toward an act of truth. That's what it is. That Justice card, there's an act of truth here that is happening. Set this back up for you. Okay. This might look like a conversation. What did I say about that 2 of Cups and 3 of Cups? A gesture, a poetic act, or a ritual that honors the unveiling of what's been concealed. Reclaiming your own truth is a way to reclaim your vital energy, your health, and a sense of belonging in the world. Truth has its own wings. Set it free. So when this Aletheia or truth energy is light, there is clarity, revelation, and disclosure. When dark, there are distortions, gaslighting, and excuses. To go deeper, look at the goddesses Ma'at and Veritas, and I'll link to those in the description once this is posted. It is said that the resonance of our voice changes when we speak a falsity. In this light, practice seeing truth as a vibration. Picasso said, "We all know that art is not truth. Art is a lie that makes us realize truth, at least the truth that is given to us to understand." Wow. All right, and now we have the tear, which I don't, I'm going to look at the tear, but I feel a little bit like the tear came out because the cards are so close together, but Spirit gave it, so I'm going to take it. Let's see, where is the tear in this book? Where are you? Okay, here we go. The tear, the morning, the release, the rain. Tears are droplets of letting go. Once they begin to fall, we allow the swelling tide of emotion to run its elemental course. Often the tear is what is needed in order for a conversation or situation to break into the next level. Yeah, actually, wow. And it still goes back to this Two of Cups and Three of Cups. I really do see there being like a conversation between two people and a presenting of that truth, that aletheia, and the tears, right, that come in doing that sort of thing. I mean, these are the Two of Cups and the Three of Cups. These are both water. There's probably a lot of tears, even in celebration, even in this releasing. There's probably a lot of tears, but there's also a lot of truth, right? Sometimes the truth comes out in tears. Often the tear is what is needed for a conversation or situation to break into the next level of intimacy and vulnerability. Some say that tears are so powerful in softening our egos that they open up a portal to the unseen world. Through our watery eyes, the ancestors catch a glimpse of us, and we are reminded of their eternal embrace. We sense our humanity, our humility, and we allow ourselves to be held. It is likely this card appears when there is a grieving yet to do, a sinking down into disappointment or despair that, once acknowledged, will bring a shimmer of clarity to our dewy eyes. If both the tear and the river appear in a reading, this indicates an excess of the water element in your life. As in the Ayurvedic tradition, balance it with fire and earth. And of course, Virgo is an earth sign, so yeah, you may need to add some fire to this. I'm very glad I have this purpose candle going because I have actually noticed in my own life an inundation of water in such a way of like, having a water issue in my house out of the blue, or, the other day having it pressure washed by inadvertently. Came home and there was just water being sprayed on the side of my house, and I'm like, what? So there's just all this I've noticed all this water coming up, so it could be a release, but it could also be the need to balance it with fire and air, because even when we read tarot, we're looking at the elements of the earth to help us and give us information. So let me continue. When the tear is in its light, there is melody, melancholy, and there is flowing through. But when it is dark, there is drowning, there is drama, and murkiness. To Go Deeper, Rain by Vishal Lindsay. And I don't know if that's a song or a poem or a book, but I will link to it in the comments. The tear is powerful, and it is possible to be subsumed in its waters. Find a supportive place to open the floodgates. Yeah. So I think this is where this Daughter of Wands and the Daughter of Pentacles come into play. It could be that there are children here in the mix that represent this this passion and this earthiness, right? Wow. So we're talking about fire and earth here, and that's what's needed to balance this out, is this: you need to travel, you need this new job or this new resource or this new location to help you through this justice. And so essentially and eventually to find this peace and truth, peace and understanding, the peace that flows through. Okay? So that is your reading for the week of August 23rd, 2020. I hope you have a wonderful week. And yeah, I will see you next week. And also, hopefully pretty soon, for the full moon reading. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life this week. And thank you for letting me share my story. And yeah, I'm really grateful. Thank you. Bye.